What you're on probation for. You know the range of punishment, up to life in prison. Don't be that person, you understand?
Today, we're in Judge Boyd's courtroom with a teenage thug who's been causing chaos in the neighborhood for years. But now he's finally facing the music. And this isn't some petty theft. We're talking aggravated robbery with an accomplice. Charges like this can lock you away for decades. The tension in the room is heavy because Judge Boyd isn't here to babysit wannabe gangsters. One wrong move could be the difference between leaving in cuffs or walking out with a second chance. IT makes you wonder, does someone like this really stand a chance at redemption? Or is the system about to chew him up and spit him out? Let's dive in and see how it all unfolds.
And Mr. Bach, your client is dressed appropriately for court, but he's late for court.
Just my ride was late.
No, here's the thing. It's you who are late. You can't blame it on your ride because your ride is not seeking probation from the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is calling 1 CR 99738 versus Demetra Lavallee. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
the defense?
Charles Clark, Mr. Lavallee.
And are you Mr. Lavallee?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, don't be late for court again. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And don't be late when you're reporting to probation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're here for sentencing. On May 31st, the defendant entered a plea of no contest, applied for deferred adjudication. The repeater count was waived. We were actually here for sentencing on September 29th, but the defendant had a medical emergency, so we're here today. Mr. Lavallee, are you feeling better today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State,
Yes,
Your Honor.
defense?
yes.
All right, any objections to the PSI report? State,
None from the state.
defense?
No, Judge.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I wanted to point out that since the date of the plea, he has paid the restitution in full upfront.
One, not in full.
Well, the $2,000.
It's 2,600.
But he paid he owes $600, so he paid $2,000 of the 2,600. Which, as the court can see from the plea bargain paperwork, was part of the conditional plea that we took. I believe he's an excellent candidate. He will do well on deferred, and I ask that you follow the plea bargain.
All right, so Mr. Lavallee, you had entered a plea bargain agreement with the state, but that plea bargain was changed. So that plea bargain was changed to the state is recommending deferred adjudication and no longer opposed to your application. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to life in prison
Yes, ma'am.
and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you wish to proceed with this new plea bargain agreement in which the state is recommending that you receive deferred adjudication?
Yes, ma'am.
And state, did you understand that to be the new plea bargain agreement that's been reached with the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. The only thing that I think maybe we need to update on the paperwork is since he paid 2,000 upfront, I don't want him, I guess, it to be ordered that he has.
Oh, I will make sure that that is taken care of. And defense,
Yes.
do you understand that that's the new agreement and you're in agreement with the state recommending deferred adjudication for your
I
client?
do, and I am.
And did you have ample opportunity to discuss the change in the plea bargain agreement with your client?
Yes, Judge.
And you believe he is aware of the consequences of of receiving deferred adjudication for this case?
Absolutely.
And do you agree, or are you in agreement that he is doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
All right, if there is nothing else from either side with regards to PSI report, anything else you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Lavallee, how old are you?
27.
All right, so what are you doing with your life?
Working right now.
Doing what?
Car washing.
Oh, is that fine?
I mean,
No, so what are you planning on doing?
I'm gonna get my CDL.
All right, so when are you doing that?
I'm gonna start CDL school as soon as I get my monitor on.
Okay. All right, and with regards to the monitor, state?
Judge, we hadn't considered it. He hasn't picked up any new offenses, so we have no objection to removing.
Okay. All right. CDL requires a license. Sometimes when you have certain charges that may impact your ability to get certain occupations that require a license. So you probably want to discuss with your attorney and look into that before you start spending money for that. You understand? Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
Age?
I got a 3-year-old daughter.
All right, that's the only one.
Yes, ma'am.
And where is she?
She at daycare right now.
Daycare is expensive.
Yes, ma'am.
So how often do you see her?
Maybe like twice a week.
Hmm.
Weekends.
So where does she live? Where is her primary residence?
She stay with my mom.
Okay. All righty, this is what the court is, and I'm sorry, one last thing, where are you living?
My mom.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to follow your agreement, sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution of $600 to Gilbert Diaz. There's to be no contact with Gilbert Diaz and Gilbert Estrada. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. The court is aware of your medical issues. So if you're unable to do the COVID vaccination because of your medical issues, then the 120 hours will be waived completely once you complete parenting classes. And there's to be regular UA. Probation, is there anything else that he needs? Yes, we'll do field visits one time per month for 3 months. If there are no issues, then we can do away with the field visits. Is there anything else?
Would you consider setting his supervisory fees at the statutory minimum?
Yes. And then there'll be removal of GPS. All right, Mr. Lavallee, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No.
And the reason why I'm setting your fees at the statutory minimum is because of your medical condition. All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? And of course, there goes without saying, there's to be no firearm or ammunition possession. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're in your 20s. You're an adult legally, but technically you're not, because you're living with your mom. You need to follow your mom's rules. You need to help your mom keep the house clean. If she wants you to pay bills, you need to help her pay bills. If she says the television lights out at 10, guess what? Lights are at 10, because that's her house, her rules. And do not be bringing anyone over to her home without her permission. You understand? And take care of your baby. All right, thank you. As soon as the state gives me the dismissal, I will sign it.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Yes.
The very first thing out of Judge Boyd's mouth, he's late. And what does this guy do? He blames it on his ride, like showing up to court is the same as missing the school bus. I'll give him this, though. He's dropping "yes, ma'am," like it's the only phrase he knows. But let's be real, he wasn't saying "ma'am" or "sir" while he was out terrorizing the neighborhood. Judges notice that switch up. They can smell when courtroom manners don't match street behavior, and then comes the kicker: for years deferred for aggravated robbery. That's not just lenient, that's shocking. In Texas, aggravated robbery is a first-degree felony, with penalties ranging anywhere from 5 years to life in prison. Instead, he's walking out with what's basically probation, just with a big warning label attached. So here's the question. Did the system just give him a lifeline or set him up for an even harder crash later?
Hello. So what is happening with this case?
I talked to Rashawn this morning. The probation submitted to the court a request to remove his GPS monitor. And I can relay to the court, I think it's my understanding, Judge, he's been on since August of last year. And he's up to date on probation, done everything.
All right, well, my understanding is that the state is in agreement to removal of GPS, correct, state?
That's what Vishon had
Oh,
told
here
me.
you
I don't know who she.
Oh, is this? Thank you.
I always like to talk to
Yes,
people.
Judge,
If,
I'm sorry.
Right.
I have it on there as initials.
I always like to have a conversation with people when GPS is removed. It's sort of when you have a child, right? And that child has always been under your care. And then they want to go away to college instead of going to, college that's in your city. For example, instead of going to UTSA, they say, hey, let me go to Austin. And it's sort of, you get this freedom and you don't know what to do with it. So you start doing crazy things. Do not do crazy things. Do you understand? So my understanding is that you've been doing well. You're still living with your mom? All right, that's good. And you're going to Center for Healthcare Services, taking care of everything? Any issues? Anything you need from the court? All right, stay on track. Do not let anyone else get you off track. You understand? Because when GPS is removed, there's going to be outside influences. Don't let that be you, because otherwise a motion to revoke could be filed, and what you're on probation for, you know the range of punishment, up to life in prison. Don't be that person. You understand? All right, so Ms. Abrams, on this, I'll allow removal of GPS.
Thank you, Judge.
All righty. All right, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. I like that outfit. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Look at Kania saying thank you as though he had something to do with the outfit. Mr. Lavallee, did you confer with Mr. Cox on your outfit? Because he's taking credit for it. Maybe Mr. Cox, maybe he just saw you. And he's like, this is
inspiration.
Yeah.
All I have to say is I'm sorry to him for going through this. I'm a forgivable person, and I just wish it wouldn't have went that way. I was hoping for something, I was hoping for an easy trade-off, but I did stay traumatized mentally for weeks, maybe months. Cost me a lot of money. My car was damaged when I got it back, and I just felt like if you walk away from this with probation, I think it's just because you got caught. And I feel like if you didn't get caught, you would have kept doing it. And I just, I don't know what else to say. I had a gun pointed to my head, and I seen my dad had a gun pointed to his head, and I could have not made it home to my daughter. And that really stuck with me in my head. I hope you learn from this. Like I said, I hate to try to get you into any, prison or anything like that. But I just feel like it's the consequences that you have to learn how to face, and you got to go in life with, knowing that there's consequences to everything you do. And I forgive you, bro. Like I just won't forget what you made me go through, and that was a scary moment. But yeah, whatever happens, I don't hate you. I forgive you. And I'll leave it up to the judge to decide.
I feel like Judge Boyd went way too soft here, almost like she was running a fashion critique instead of a courtroom. She seemed more concerned about what these defendants were wearing than about the fact that they've been out terrorizing people. And let's be real, this guy wasn't turning his life around. He was just playing the system, buying time until he ended up right back where he started. That's the problem. When courts hand out deferred sentences like candy, It waters down what accountability is supposed to mean. Here's a wild fact. In Texas, it costs over $20,000 a year to keep one inmate in prison. But deferred adjudication still costs taxpayers thousands, especially when the defendant almost always ends up violating it anyway. So the big question is this: are we really saving money and lives by giving second chances? Or are we just recycling the same criminals through the system over and over again? I had a feeling this guy would be back, and now the only stop left on his little tour is the president's desk.